Hey guys, so today we have the finished floor plan and we're gonna start making the furniture to actually go into Tech 3. So the way to start this is to make a new part, and that's the icon up here. Make sure before you do this that you don't have floor plan selected because we don't want to be making a part and have it be part of the floor plan. We want it to be its own separate thing. So I'm just gonna undo that real quick. Select this top button here. Okay, and that's when you're going to press new component. And I'm going to call this first one desk. Okay, now it's its own component. And I'm going to start making a sketch. And I'm going to do this from the top. And the dimensions for the desk that I'm going to make today are with a 2-point rectangle. It's going to be 36 inches by 42 inches. And I'm going to extrude that by 31. So I'm going to press the letter E, select my shape, 31. And that's it for the base. And then I'm going to put the tabletop on top of it. So I'm going to create a sketch on top of my table. I'm just going to do this so you can see better. I'm going to click a 2-point rectangle and I'm going to draw a rectangle on top of my base. And so I want like the long part of the table to be opposite of the long part of the base. That's how the table actually looks in real life. So on on the longer part, I'm going to be making that 54 inches. And oh, I'm sorry, that is 64 inches. 64. And this opposite side here is 54. So the longer side is going against the longer side of the base. So it's going to look like that. Now I just need to use my dimension tool and that's going to position it where I want it. Okay. When you use the dimension tool, notice how I have one side overhanging and the other side is going in. There's only one way that you can do it. And if I do the short side, it's going to push it further in, right? So I'm just showing you what not to do here. So if I push it 6 inches, I'm still on the wrong side, right? So you need to be dimensioning from the opposite side to make that 6 inches. And the same thing here. That dimension there is going to be 14 inches. So in other words, the overhang is 6 inches on this side and the overhang is 14 inches on this side. And so if you look at it from the top view, it should just look symmetrical, so, sort of like that. When you're done with that, you can extrude it. And don't leave that part out. Otherwise, you'll have a silly looking table. Make sure that you select all the parts of the tabletop and bring it up by 2. So that's really all there is to it, the table. The table is pretty simple and straightforward. Um, let's start working on the chairs. So for the chair, it's a little trickier than a desk. I'm gonna start the same way. Change your selecting tool to up here and press new component and type in chair. Okay. When you make your chair, and you can just select the slab for the top view, that's fine. When you make your chair, notice the size of the table. You don't want to have your legs super spread apart over here. Like you don't want one leg of the chair over there, and the other one over here. You want them relatively close, kind of like how it is in real life on the chair. Because when you set the dimensions, you don't want them to be like all over the map. So just get them kind of close. It doesn't matter if they're perfectly lined up or not. Just 4 circles in the rough shape of a square should be fine. And after you have your 4 circles, we're going to press the letter D for dimension, and we're going to start setting some dimensions here. Okay, so I want 7 inches to be the from each leg to the leg across from it and to the leg um vertical to it. So I'm going to select those two legs, and I'm going to make sure that your arrow is straight. Guys, don't have something like this where your arrow is crooked, because you're not trying to tell the distance between those two legs at an angle. You're going to say you want the height between those two lines vertically to be 7 inches. Okay. And I think it's a little bit easier if you do like the two vertical sides or the two horizontal sides first. So I want those two to be 7. I want those two to be 7. And then I want my two bottom ones to be 7. Again, make sure that you're not doing this. Keep those arrows straight. 7 and 7. Okay. Now, if it looks like this, then that is totally fine. We can clean this up a little bit by moving these arrows somewhere where it's a little less messy to look at. That's fine if you want to do that. So you're going to go up to this upside down T here that says horizontal and vertical. And so what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to let you snap two lines into one vertical plane, right? And it's going to let you snap two horizontal lines to a vertical as well, or a horizontal. So with that selected, I'm going to select these 2 points. Watch what happens. Boom. It snapped it to the same vertical line. Now I'm going to do the same thing from here and here. And so I said I want that to be horizontal to that, and it just made that completely square. If you got to this step and it still looks a little wonky, feel free to escape out and delete one of your circles, and when you put it back in, just make sure that it's a little bit closer to where it should be in real life, and that will take a lot of the confusion out when it comes to actually getting these where you want them. If you got this far, we're going to extrude our circles. Select what you want to bring out, and you can select more than one. So just select all 4 and bring them up by 22. If accidentally you only selected one and you brought up by 22, the other 3 are going to disappear. Okay? You can always fix that by going down here to extrude, selecting it, and clicking your other 3 legs also. Make sure all 4 are blue, and then press OK. Then you should have all 4 coming up. From here, I want to make a new sketch on the top of those legs, okay? I'm going to create a sketch right here. From this point, we're going to select the line tool, and we're going to make a line from the middle of from one leg to the middle of the leg on the opposite side, diagonally, okay? And then it's going to it's going to try and get you to continue making one. You can press escape here to get out of that. Press the line tool again, and you're going to go from one to the middle. If it's not letting you snap in, and sometimes it doesn't let you snap for some reason, feel free to just zoom in and just get as close as you can. Even if it's not perfect, just get close. And so you should have an X. That X is going to be the center of the entire chair. And so from here, you can select the center diameter circle and go right to that point. And a lot of people look at this and they say, hey, every time I go right to that point, my cursor moves. That little triangle shape right there is just letting you know that you found the middle and you're in the middle. So just click that and you're okay. And you see it starts from the middle. Make that 14 inches because that's the diameter of the seat. 14 inches. And so from here, you have the seat. Double check yourself, make sure it's on the top and not the bottom, like this. And now you can extrude that shape, okay? we're going to make that go up by 2 inches. Don't leave this out. You don't want a holy chair. Select that too, and press OK. And again, if you did this and you left that hole in there, so, you know, so there's a hole in the chair, you can always go back to your timeline, select your extrude function, select the hole, and you can get that hole out of there. Okay, so you made your table and you made your chair. The next step is going to be positioning these inside the room, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to assemble and we're going to click the joint button. The joint button is going to allow us to connect one part to another part. Okay, we are going to go over here to the table and pay extra close attention to this, guys. This is a very important step. Notice how here the circle is laying flat. Like here on the floor, it's flat. Here on top of the table, it's flat. It's looking from the top down. If I did the side, it's over here on this side, and conversely, it could be over here on the front. Especially in the corner, it can be all kinds of crazy things. So make sure that you're selecting the same plane from what you're trying to connect from and what you're trying to connect to. I want this corner flat, like on the top down, to be connected to the inside, not the outside, the inside. So notice, remember, I have that little line there on the inside of the room. Okay, so I'm going to select that. And if you didn't do that right, your table might be upside down or wacky. So feel free to just escape out of that and try that again. This circle can rotate, okay? And notice that it's rotating by degrees. If you want to keep it even, you can keep those numbers at 90, 180, okay, 270, and that'll let it rotate in without being crooked. So I'm just gonna make that 90 degrees. And you can also rotate to 90 degrees. And from here, you're just going to be dragging those arrows to get it where you want it, okay? And so you're going to position it to where it is in the room, and you'll press OK at that point, all right? So you got your table where you want it. I'm going to do the same thing to the chair. I'm going to press joint. I'm going to select the bottom of the chair. I'm going to position it to the corner of the inside of the room, and then you're going to drag those arrows just like you did before. So you can do it backwards, forwards. I'm going to put it right by the table and press OK. All right. Now, notice we only have one table here, and we need 6 tables and 6 chairs to be complete with this assignment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to where it says desk, and we're going to right click it. Okay, we're going to press copy. And so we can actually copy the desk. And now it's not going to let you do this if you select the wall or something and you try to paste it. It's not going to give you the option to paste. So make sure that you're doing this into the white part over here. Go ahead and paste new. Paste new is going to make sure it's a new component. If you just do paste, it's not going to give you like a new part. I'm just going to undo that real quick. Paste new. And from here, you should be able to maneuver that where you want it. Okay. So you can move it where you want it now. And so you're just going to continue this until your Fusion 360 matches what you have in the room, roughly. Do your best to get it as close as you can. Get all 6 tables and all 6 chairs. And when you're done, take a screenshot and submit it. Good luck.